Why is my house phone ringing? No one even has my house phone number. This is just out of control. You done? Okay, she's done. Okay, I'm trying to get my mind right and focused, even though there's a lot of crazy things going on in the world. All I have to say, because I'll be here all day before I start ranting, say his name, George Floyd. And then there's a lot of other people that came after him this year. It goes deep, 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 deep. So if people think that 2020 is the year that everything is happening and now everyone is aware of racism, racism has been around for years, honey. It only got slightly better. But with that being said, I just had to let that out before I get into the video. Filming is my happy place and it is a therapy for me. So I have decided to sit down and do a full-on glam to get my mind off of what's going on in the world. We're still in quarantine. We're dealing with riots and all this other stuff. So I just wanted to do a little therapy sesh with you guys. You can transform with me. So grab your makeup brushes. I'm drinking, it's almost gone, but this is an iced caramel latte with an extra shot of espresso, honey. Heavy on the ice with almond milk and stevia. So first thing we do before we jump into anything, sanitize. I like to go in with my Benefit brow pencil, and this is in the shade 4 or number 4. I really like this brow pencil because it's really precise. So what I like to do is just brush it through my brow going up. So this is just really an outline. I'm into the feathered brows lately, and I don't know if I want to do feathered today or go in with a pomade. So this wouldn't be an ABH first impressions if I didn't use their pomade, and this is a pomade that I've just started using, and I am in the medium brown. I decided to go to the dark side and see what the hype was about, and you know I don't like to spend more than $10 for a brow pomade, but here we are. And I am actually also using an Anastasia Beverly Hills dual side brush in the number 20. I did decide to go with a pomade, obviously, so what I'm gonna do is just use this flat side to just lay down, and I'm starting towards the outer part. I've been liking for the tip to kind of be straight outwards, if that makes sense, lately as like a trend, so I'm gonna try to mimic that today. So what I'm gonna use is actually a P. Louise base, and I've been loving their products lately. I have a few bases that I'm definitely gonna share with you guys later down the road as I do tutorials, but today I'm just gonna go in with the base, and this is in Rumor 5. I'm gonna go in with their brush. This is from the Acid Rain collection, and then I'm just gonna start to carve out the brow. And I'm also going to drag it onto my lid. And what I'm going to do is use an e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. And I'm just going to buff it on the entire lid like so. This is the Norvina palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It is absolutely stunning. I am so excited to jump into this. big mirror, just like in the previous collections. They all come with a beautiful big mirror like so. And look at these stunning colors. Oh my goodness, this screams Kiana. This screams Face by K. She is me, I am her. There's a hair on the palette. No, honestly, seriously, these bright pink shades, you know I'm gonna jump into that today because I haven't done a pink look in so long. I got the palette because I am a pink girl, and a palette that has neutral colors and then these bright beautiful shades like this, and then we get this pop of yellow right here, which is absolutely stunning, and then the shimmer shades, I cannot. So what I want to do is actually swatch some shades right now for you. So let's take a minute to talk about the packaging. It is pretty simple and basic to the point. I like that it is a light pink because I can look at it and I can know what I'm gonna get from it. I'm gonna get pinks, I'm gonna get glam, I'm gonna get girly. That's what this palette is all about. I absolutely love it. I think this might be one of my favorite Norvina palettes. I do have the volume 2, I want to say, and I just did a look on that. So it might be up before this one, might be up after, but you'll definitely see the slime green look that I have created with that palette. So if you're interested, I will link it in the cards. So I'm gonna take my Norvina Pro crease brush, and this is just a fluffy brush, and I am gonna take the shade C4, which is a beautiful light purple, and then we have E1, which is a light pink. So I want to mix the two. So now I'm going to take my Wet n Wild brush, and it's just one of the fluffier brushes, but it's a little bit more dense. So now I'm going to take the shade A3, and I'm just going to start to work it right below the transition shade. And I'm deepening the crease area. And we're not going to bring it too far inward. We're going to focus it on the outer edge. Now I'm going to go into the shade C5, and I'm going to use that same brush. These colors are very, very pigmented. You do get a bit of kickback. So what I'm going to do is put that right below the shade we just used, and also work that into the crease, in the outer crease. And this one I'm going to bring a little bit further in this way. So now we're getting into the brighter shades, which is this pink and this pink, C2 and E5, and I'm gonna focus that on the lower half of the lid. And look how pigmented that is. It really makes the look pop, which I really appreciate. So as you can see, as the shades got darker, the brushes got smaller. That's one of the tips for blending and getting that gradient effect. So you always want to use the lighter shades as a transition shade, and then the darker shades to really define and deepen the crease and add emphasis. So we're working in circular motions, as you can see. And what I want to do is actually go in with more of the transition shades. I'm going to really buff out that edge. What I'm going to do before I go in with any base is actually take some micellar water and a Q-tip and basically remove the excess from the shade that we want to create. We're doing this before we put on the base because we don't want the base to mix with the pigments and create a mess. So yeah, I'm just gonna go right in. I'm gonna start to remove the middle because this is the complete center where we definitely want to carve out, and then I'm gonna start to work upwards. Now that that's done, what I want to do is take the blank canvas and just start to pack it on the lid. Look up so you can see where the crease is, and then just tap it instead of like wiping it, because it's easier to create a mess that way and smudge it. So what you want to do is just tap it and create that cut crease shape that you're looking for. Okay, I am back and both eyes are cut. This does get a little bit of creasing, this base, and whatever. So just make sure you tap it before you go in with your shimmer shade. And it's this beautiful shimmery shade. Basically the inner third. And I'm gonna really pack it on and intensify it. I want to see D4 next to that shade, see how that looks. I decided to use E4, which is this beautiful maroon shade, and I'm just gonna put that on the outer crease to just intensify things. And I really like what that shade has done so far, I must say. Okay, I actually want to go in with the shade B4 on the outer third of the lid. Yes, I really like that shade. I'm gonna spray it with my brush to see if that will intensify it. Ooh, that's super pretty. I want to intensify the pink that we have on the outer edge of the crease, so I'm going to use a small crease brush and I'm just going to buff it in, and to also intensify the crease. I'm mixing a little bit of D5, which is a light brown, to kind of blend that outer edge. So take your time to blend. It's not going to take a snap of your fingers. You're going to actually have to work for cut creases and looks like this. So the more practice, the better. So what I want to do is highlight the brow bone, and I'm going to use the shade A5, the beautiful champagne color. I want to do an inner corner pop moment, so I'm going to use more of the white base. I'm going to put down a base so that the shade can pop more. Definitely want to use a pressed glitter, so I'm going to use the shade E3. I'm going to use the shade E5 so that it looks like a brighter pink. And I'm going to mix it in the pressed glitter. But what I'm going to do is use the shade E2, and that's the lightest pressed pigment. And I'm just going to work it in the crease. I'm also going to do one last step to transform this look, and I don't know if it's going to bite me in the butt later or not, but what I'm going to do is actually try out this dupe, and this is the Suva Beauty Hydra Fix Body Art, and this is a liquid liner. but it's also bright neon and it can glow in the dark apparently. So I heard that this is actually a dupe for the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeliner that also glows in the dark. So I thought it was perfect to try this out because I ordered it before I even knew that ABH dropped that. Ooh, I like that. It gave it a nice pop actually. So for primer, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Primer, one of my faves. And this is going to give your skin a nice dewy glow. So I like to just pump a little bit on my face and focus it everywhere, literally. So for foundation, I'm going to go in with Fenty Beauty because we're going to stay on the higher end side today. I know it looks a little light, but it's definitely going to oxidize. So I'm just going to highlight my high points. So pretty much the rest of the face is actually going to be Fenty Beauty. So this is actually a new product. This is the cream blush from the cream line at Fenty Beauty, and this is in the shade 1 Fuego Flush to the cheeks. This is actually just going to add a sheen. If you can see, it doesn't really add any color. I thought it was actually going to be more pigmented. And we have another cream product that is a new product from Fenty Beauty as well, and I am in the shade I'm in the shade Teddy, number 50, and this is just a beautiful sculpting shade. So I think I am also going to use that same brush, and this is by AOA Studio, and I'm just going to go in and contour lightly. So I'm going to use my Fenty Beauty loose powder. This is the mini one, and I am in Cashew. This is the Pro Filter line. I'm going to use one of my favorite powder brushes, and this is from Glam Cosmetics, and I'm just going to lightly set everything else. See how we still have the nice dewy glow coming from within underneath the powder. I really love that. This is the Fenty Beauty Sun Stalker in Caramel Cutie. I did a full face on Fenty Beauty review, and I will link it in the cards. But I just knew I had to do a part 2 kind of full face impression as well once I got the cream products. And I'm just gonna sculpt my nose. This is also from Glam Cosmetics, and this is the contour brush. I like that it comes with a mirror. So this is another reason why I like a sponge with that type of flat tip, so that we can just bake like so. And I'm really pressing it in. I'm not doing nothing too crazy. I'm just going to take the shade C5, which is one of the lighter pink shades. Gonna dust it all along the lower lash line. I think that light purple might be one of my favorite shades in this palette, the C4. I'm just gonna intensify that purple because I'm obsessed with it. So I do want to pick up more of that dark purple shade if we lost it. Just intensify that outer edge like so. So the next time you see me, I'll have the rest of my face on and the lips, and I'll talk about what I use. And yeah, so I'll see you in a bit. Okay, I am back and the full face is on. So as I mentioned, I used the Fenty Beauty Duo for the highlight and the blush, and then I topped it off with this MAC Loose highlight, and this is the Studio Finish Face Powder in gold. This is the finished look. Tell me what you guys think. What do you guys think of this eyeshadow palette? I am so excited and I'm happy that I actually purchased it, because I know I'm gonna make so many cute looks out of it, and it's such a great everyday palette. With that, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot and it lets me know what content you like. Also, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you get more videos from me, and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload. And with that, I am out, you guys. Bye.